Because for me, I see so many parallels between dating and business. We were speaking about this the other day, and there's literally protocols for both. And it goes hand in hand. The more I know about dating, and dating was a big gateway for me into kind of understanding a lot of the marketing side of things that I'm doing now. So I'm curious for you how you found that dating, attraction, all of these things have gone hand in hand with both maybe like relationships or dating in general, but then also the business side of things, sales, holding a frame, all that sort of thing. I'm curious what your experience is with around that.
Yeah, funny. Because I know they're both related and we've talked about that, and I really want to get into that. I think there is something to be said though around the dating frame. So for example, like I think men overcomplicate their initial, like say, let's put it into a time horizon right now. Let's just say the first interaction with a woman, first interaction with sales. It's like, and we put a middle point right there, and it's like the time at which the interaction happens. I think so many men care about this part, the pre-game and the initial like confrontation of the problem, which is like going up to the woman and saying hi, or kind of overcomplicating that part. And it's because it's their duty, and it's because it's the thing they're trying to overcome. And then women probably romanticize the the next part, which is like after that's happened, women are like, oh, he came in, he swept me off my feet kind of thing. And it's funny because there's kind of, you can kind of relate that back to sales. Is like, what is the customer really trying to do? Well, you could try to paint them a story if you're jumping on that sales call. And instead of trying to like get the result, can I get your number? Can I take you out for dinner? Don't ask for the date yet. Just go for that story and try to swoop them in and like come in and make it almost convenient. Like, yeah, I had you on my calendar, we still get to talk.
Yeah.
So like there's this whole sales frame you can kind of take where it really relates to romance.
Mate, I love that. Mate, I think let's unpack that a little bit further because there's some deep wisdom there. And I think a lot of guys, let's grab the kombucha. We're drinking kombucha. That's not something I've had in a while.
Join you.
Do you want some more? I think you got some or you want some? Sorry. I got you, bro.
Cheers. No, it's whiskey disguised as kombucha.
Yeah. It tastes a bit like alcohol. Cheers, G. It's an interesting thing.
It's a really interesting drop, eh?
Yeah.
Like,
anyway, we'll continue that thought. Guys over kind of hyping that initial interaction, because I find with dating personally, it's like, what's the best pickup line? Hey.
Yeah. Hey, it can work.
Yeah, like you don't need to overthink it with any sort of like, I'm going to say this to her. Like anything you put too much effort into is going to push them away. Like for me, like kind of approaching dating and approaching prospects is you need to hold the frame of like, hey, look, this could work. There's some in here. I've got a lot of stuff coming on. Like, come and have a look. You like it, but I also am aware that I need to sort of say, hey, look at this. Like, for me, that's the kind of
get them in the funnel.
Get them in the funnel. It's like, look, this is fucking good. And same with dating. It's like, look, hello, and I'm aware that like you're not going to come up to me and be like, hey, can I come into your life? No girl is going to do that. No girl. I mean, it does happen, but like. Often girls aren't just going to be like, same as prospects, like a lot of the times, particularly if it's high ticket, they're not going to just pop up and like, throw themselves into your funnel or whatever it is. But yeah, I'm curious about kind of that. How do guys who are kind of in the online space, how do they approach reaching out to people who they can actually help, but they're fucking putting them off by the way that they're approaching it? Just as a guy, if he comes up to a girl and he's got all of this energy and it's needy and like, oh, I need you, and like, oh, can I get a number, and da-da-da. And the girl's like, oh, yeah, there you are, bye, and is really put off. I see a lot of guys doing that in the online space with like the cold outreach and the way that they're approaching that. And you spoke about it, kind of approaching that very, very casually. How can guys in the online space, guys and girls in the online space, take that lesson from dating and make that initial interaction as kind of low-key as possible, and then take them on that story as well? How do you see that working for guys online?
Yeah, so for everyone listening, like I've got a background in appointment setting, which is why I kind of see the translation there. How guys become appointment setters for a long time. Was an appointment setter myself for a long time. And there's definitely like this whole like, just do the reps mentality when it comes to the sales industry of like just like 40 outreach per day on Facebook Messenger, same template, rinse, repeat, and then just modify or tweak over time, versus a real custom, kind of more appetizing approach to entering someone's DMs or having a conversation with them. I think, it's about, for me, if I'm going at like right now, if I'm a business or I'm a brand and I'm reaching out to people, cold DMs is that warm, they're kind of in our incubator somewhat. They watch maybe a piece of content. I think honestly the best way is just to kind of blend the two together, like have a script so that it's not something you're going to have to think about and consume all that time and energy, but not so firm in it that you can't be a bit loose with it when needed. So an example of that might be like actually typing out a Word doc, openers, having like series 1, series 2, series 3 of an opener. Opener might be like, hey, thanks for the follow, et cetera, et cetera. Something we'd like typically plug in with, someone we're consulting with. And then just testing those, and then just keeping it really relatable to the person and why they're there in the first place. So like looking on their profile, looking for any common interests. One we used to always use was what we called side notes. So we like, quote, side note, ... saw that you are into chickens. We just had to sadly let go of ours 2 weeks ago. Thought that was funny, emoji.
Yeah.
And like, the thing with side notes is many people get it wrong. You don't ask a question off the back of it because you want the conversation to go into the funnel,
That's so good.
into romance, into the sale, but you want to keep it relatable enough. So a statement's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
So there's little nuances like that you can kind of pick up inside your scripting to make it more malleable and
That's so awesome.
digestible.
Mate. That's so awesome.
Just like this kombucha.
Yeah. I love that. And that side note kind of frame, it builds the connection, which is great. And then obviously you are keeping the momentum forward, and also you're keeping the frame of the conversation where, look, we're talking about something here, I'm not just,
sure.
I see a lot of guys reach out to me and like, they'll just ask me about traveling and stuff. And like, I try and get back to like anyone and be like, yeah, you should go here. This is good. And then they're like, awesome. And how's your fitness going? And I'm like, oh, fuck off. Like,
yeah. And the thing is, it's important to like, the main way, if you're looking just to get clients, it depends on like your offer first of all, but the best way right now is just for agencies just to go direct with their actual service.
Yeah.
So if I've got a service from freelancers, like, yeah, all right, Tom, here's 3 shorts I've just done up for you.
Yeah.
Here's, different takes. From a copywriter, here's what I'd use to reach X customer, and just give it to you rather than like trying to infiltrate the DMs.
100%.
But it depends on the offer again.
It fully depends on the offer, and I guess, if it's a low ticket offer, it's just not worth doing. But with a high ticket offer and it's a client that you're like, actually, I can really serve them. And I was speaking about this with Darren a lot as well. It's like, in order for any business
Shout
to
out
work,
Darren.
shout out Jam, what a G.
He's a legend.
He's a legend. He works so hard. I really respect and love that man. And but one of the things is you just have to care. And I learned this through education, and I found that this is why education wasn't going to be for me long term. In order for me to be the best possible teacher I could be, I had to devote my life to it. I had to really devote my life to it. And there's amazing teachers who do that. There's teachers who don't. But like, there's teachers who just live and breathe it. And that's what it takes to be an amazing teacher, is you just care and you give everything to it. And it's the same with your business. You have to there's no shortcutting this. And that's why I find quite a lot of these, these marketing techniques and these gurus who come in quickly with like, hey, I've got like a funnel, that might solve all your issues. And that plays into our need for like quick fixes. But really, the thing is that if you have a business, to set yourself apart, just really care about it. Really care about it. And when you reach out to people, like you said, maybe you make a bit of content for them, or you kind of just walk them through what it might be like working with you with no pressure. Just say, hey, this is what it might look like. And showcase that care and effort that you've put in to them specifically. They listen, they pick up. Okay, people know when you're just like, they're just a number. No one's going to respond to that. It's like bot DMs. So for me, I found like the hack is actually care. Be proud of what you do, be proud of what you offer, and actually care and want to actually serve the person and showcase that. And then they're interested,